One thing I've been saying to myself lately is that I love myself. Because I really do now. I think going on this healing journey has made me realize how much I hated myself. But the reason why I hated myself is because everybody told me to hate myself. And they didn't tell me, like, go hate yourself, Lauren. But they like, rejected parts of me that I loved. It was standing up for the right thing. It was, just being who I was. It was, standing up for people who needed to be stood up for. It was doing the right thing. It was aligning myself to God and to the ways of Jesus. And of course, I didn't even realize this my whole life until, again, recently. But there's so many people who have come up against me, even just like for sharing on the internet or doing shit like that. It's like I get so much flack every which way I turn, which then, I internalize as like, okay, well, then I should hate those parts of myself. I shouldn't like those parts of myself. And it's like, no. I love who I am. I love who I've become. I love what I've overcome. I love that I've maintained my goodness as a person through everything that I've been through. I love how I treat people. I love that I stand up against oppression when I see it. I love that I call people out. I love me now. I love me finally and fully and wholeheartedly, the way that I am, the way that God designed me to be. Even though the world told me to hate myself, people told me to hate my body. No, I love it. This is the body that got me through everything. I love the dark parts of myself that helped me survive. I love when I made mistakes so I could learn from it. I love all parts of me now, which is like unbelievable. It's unbelievable that I became my inner child's hero, because that is all I needed, was for somebody to love me unconditionally. And now I love myself unconditionally. And you just see how the world doesn't like that. They put conditions on love. They put conditions on who you have to be in order to receive love. And I'm done. I don't concern myself with people who didn't live my life, who didn't live a day in my life. They have no idea what I've been through, what I've overcome, what has come up against me, what my parents did to me, what my friends did to me, what the world did to me. There's just perceptions that people have of me. There's assumptions that people make about me. And I allow it now. Go ahead. I don't concern myself with the beliefs of people who don't fucking understand me, who don't see me, who don't love me. I do now. And it's literally all that's ever mattered. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I wish I had me when I was a child, but I became who I needed. I became who I needed, and I never turned into what hurt me. And that really, really fucking matters in this day and age. It matters more than anything in the entire world. And that's the other thing, is like, as humans, our neurobiology, we require external validation in order to feel safe. But that's what I'm learning to rid myself of. I don't need God's validation. I don't need a human's validation. I don't need the aliens' validation. I don't need society's validation. I don't need anybody's validation but my fucking own. I love me now. I love who I am. I love what I've been able to accomplish. I love that I pour into people's cups. I love that I speak life into people. I love that I hold people accountable. I love that I've changed. I love everything about me now. And that is, I accomplished what I set out to achieve, which is to heal my inner child and to become who I needed and to become who my parents needed and to become who my friends needed and to become the person that all of those people tried to get me to not become because it was too scary for them. But I said no. I refused, and I paid the fucking cost for it. And I love myself for paying that fucking cost. I love that even in the face of more punishment and more pain, through all the pain that I was going through, I still said no. I still put myself through more pain and more punishment to not become what this world already fucking has, which is a bunch of scared fucking cowards. Which is a bunch of people who are too afraid to change, which is a bunch of people who won't hold themselves accountable. I love that I became the change that this world needed. I love that I became the change that I needed. I love that I overcame addiction. I love that I've broken all these generational curses on my fucking family. I love that I've overcome Christianity. I love that I believe in aliens. I love that I believe in hope. I love that I believe in love. I love that I can see where things are wounded and broken so I can try to help people so we can get to that place of love and unity and oneness. And I don't care who or what wants to misunderstand me. Because if people actually took the time to get to know me, they would see that I am really easy to love. And all I felt all my life is that I am hard to love. I am hard to accept. I am hard to understand. The only reason I feel that way is because people don't want change. People say they want change. People cry and pray for change, but they don't put in the work to become that change. They don't take the cost of what it means to become that change. They don't take the risks of what it means to become that change, and that is all I ever did. And I love that part of me. I love all parts of me now. I love all parts of me. And that is the most beautiful gift that I could have ever given to myself. And I'm very grateful to God for these downloads because he helped me on this last leg. But I did all that work. It was me. It wasn't God. It wasn't aliens. It was me. It was me every fucking day in the fucking trenches of my choices and decisions. Even though they were painful, even though it hurt, even though I felt punished for it. I love that I stood up on my integrity and I left jobs that weren't treating my patients correctly. I love who I am. Even though everybody around me has hated me for it. How dare you? How dare you to those people is what I say. How dare you try to come up against the people who are actually trying to make a change in this fucking world and be fucking different? How dare you tell people like that to not love themselves, to change themselves, to hate parts of themselves? How dare you judge people based on something so superficial like a fucking body? That's not what this world needs right now. This world needs people who actually care about the right fucking things. It's incredible. It's amazing. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, and that was to heal my inner child. And I have done that. And I've done that my entire life. I have protected her with a fiercity and ferocity that is miraculous. And I see all of you guys doing it too. So please love yourselves, even if people tell you not to. Please don't let this world convince you that you are not easy to love or that you are not lovable, because you are. In fact, I would say that is what makes you lovable, are all the parts that people tell you that aren't. If you're a good person, if you're standing up for the right things, if you're standing up for other people. And who cares if you're a little pissy or bitchy about it? That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's what this world needs to awaken people. I'm done. I've given up the spiritual community. I've given up Christianity and I've made my own lane. And I love myself for that. I love being different. I love being weird. I love who I have become because it is exactly what I needed and it is exactly what the world needs.